What is going on, YouTubers, gamers and fellow hobbyists? Welcome to this episode of On the Bench with Pete. I'm working on my diorama today, so that's going to be a bit different. I have no idea how long I'll be able to stay on board with it. So it could be a long episode, it could be a short episode, or rather it could be the normal hour, or it could be shorter than the normal hour. So, you know. But anyway, this is the paint along series where you get to paint or build along. Just put this video on in the background. I'll just ramble on about a load of stuff, life, the universe and everything else, and some hobby stuff too. And hopefully together we can get our projects done. So let's get to the bench. Right, so what you see before you is the base as it currently stands. The Vallejo texture stuff's all dry now, and I've primered this piece of polystyrene, so I want to try and do it. But I want to do a bit of stone effect on here, and these bits of wood that I cut down. I have no idea what I'm doing with these yet, no idea, but it will be interesting. We will see. Obviously it's going to be flocked and whatever else, and I've got the characters I've been working on, my werewolf conversions. So he had a rat's tail, he's now got a wolf's tail, and yeah, and the other werewolf. So I'm doing an XV88 base colour, and then we'll work with that. The Titan character, got one of the militia dudes here. I don't know where to start work on him, which I may do. Yeah, I may do that. So I might do that as well. In fact, I might start with that actually. I'm just going to do that here now. And what are we going to talk about today? Well, I've not long had breakfast as it happens. So I'll talk about that first. Talk about my breakfast? How is that? It's not interesting at all, I know. No, the interesting thing is how I think me personally, I changed my breakfast habits. Like, not so long ago I was having boiled eggs every day, without fail. Now that's changed, still eggs, but this time it's fried eggs on toast. I seem to be having that more and more these days. I'm hoping to migrate towards cereal, normal cereal, no sugar, just milk. You know, it's boring stuff, but that's what I'm hoping to migrate towards. Right, so I'll paste him. Now I'm looking at this diorama, because they're all going to be on here, you see. Oh, I've also got a beholder to paint as well, but there's no real urgency of that. In fact, I may airbrush that one. So yeah, so I'll put that to one side for now. But the others, you might remember my resin truck. That's all done, that's put away now for the time being. I'm going to start with Mechanicus Standard Grey, if I can find any. Oh yes. I'm going to dry brush this. Heavy dry brush, and I don't care if I go over certain bits, doesn't matter to me. I'll just flock what I make a balls up with, basically. I'll just flock over that. So yeah, a bit of Mechanicus Standard Grey here. I'm hoping I've got another pot of it somewhere too. This might not be big enough brush, but we'll see. Oh, it's going on alright, it's not bad. Not bad at all. Just going on okay. Going on okay. Well, this is definitely a new one for me. I didn't think I'd be doing a diorama on the bench ever. and it's really not a chore to do, you know, but I want to get it done. So yeah, so that's my breakfast habits out of the way at the moment. So fried egg on toast. You'll notice I jump around from topic to topic and backwards and forwards. That's just my way. Oh, I watched an interesting video by Lindy Beige on will YouTube take his channel down or not. He's talking about this recent stuff with YouTube, including the demonetization thing. So including that, so that's not solely what it's about, but and how people have had their channels just exterminated, for want of a better word. So he talks about that. I mean, he's a big channel. He really is. If I remember, I'll put or I will have put a link up by now, but possibly not. But yeah, if I remember, there'll be a link up in that corner. Who knows? If not, I'll come back to it and do it sometime, or I'll put a link in the video description. I hope I'll do one of the two anyway. But there you go. Oh, I've got my cup of tea. Not been feeling too well lately, so I'm a bit poorly at the moment. Still poorly. Some days I have trouble getting out of bed because of it. So the if my voice comes across at all as a bit lackluster, then I do apologise. It's got nothing to do with my lack of enthusiasm for the hobby. I promise you, it purely is down to me not feeling too good. I'm going to put some, I want to put some primer on him. Really, I don't like using the grey primer, but I have been, because it, you know, it bubbles up, and that's my big bugbear. It's got like too much flow aid in it or something. So I notice when you do that, when you put flow aid into stuff, it kind of bubbles up, and I can see bubbles in it now. It's craziness. Sorry, I'm just washing out my dry brush here. So if I can get an hour of painting in on this diorama, I would be quite pleased. But I don't want to rush it like a loon. I do have some more what are they called, cannibals to get on with. Well, actually, I haven't finished the ones I've got yet, but what I'm saying is I've got cannibals. I guess that's what I'm saying. This brush will do. Right, so I better pop my glasses on then, so I can see what I'm doing here. Weather is actually a lot nicer today in Plymouth, which makes a huge difference to how I feel about things. I'm a bit housebound right now because I'm not able to walk far at all, which is not good. I know some of you know all about being lack of mobility yourselves, but so I don't need to go into that. Yeah, it's a bit frustrating, isn't it? Like, 'cause you want to go somewhere and I tried going up the shop yesterday. It was one of the worst things I could have done. I set myself back a couple of days, I think. Anyway, not boring you with that. It's not what this video is about. So I'll just pop in this primer on here. I'm using I didn't want to use the black because I want to see the details quite clearly, because it's not a model I'm, you know, familiar with. I'm probably, oh well, I'm going to be cutting this model off of his base, but you know, when he's done, probably going to paint him whilst he's still attached to the base at the moment. Some really nice models. And these could be used for Imperial Guard actually, you know, I really think they could. Be a more true to scale Guard, Astra Militarum. That's for sure. It's Reaper Bones model, if anybody's interested. They do different ones. I've got another one on the way with a different pose. He's holding his gun up in the air, and I'm going to get another one. I'm going to do the old pointing one, and you know, got to have one pointing. So you can point at my characters, you see. I just think it'll look cool. Well, they're not my characters, they're my models of characters. Characters my wife's created for her book. She's written a book, she's writing a second book. It's quite interesting because I'm just trying to get, you know, publishers on board now. I've got interest, so that's the main thing. Just keep plowing away at it. Fortunately, I can proofread and edit with her permission. Well versed in that, so we got no problems there. I think he's just about done. They say you don't need primer on Reaper Bones models anyway, so I'm not going to sweat it. So I've done that. So I'll take my hat off. It can get in the way. I can just pop my glasses on my head then. Now I've done Mechanica Standard Grey on that stone. Well, I should be able to put my next layer on, which will be Dawnstone. If I can find some Dawnstone. Oh, look at that. First time getting. So Dawnstone is next. This is cool. Actually, thinking about it, I won't do that right this second. I'll do these characters. So I need to put a shade wash on them. I need to put a right clean flesh shade on them. Wherever you are. Well, there's one. Right clean flesh shade, there we go. And this is going on with this brush. It's right clean flesh shade, yeah. Right clean flesh shade. Goes well with XV88 or any brown, come to that, any light brown anyway. I can't speak for darker browns because I haven't used it in that capacity, but Lakeland flesh shade. Actually, I'm going to utilise good hobby practice. We're going to putting it onto some blue tack. So I really don't want to knock this over with my brush. Okay. This goes on lovely. See how that goes on there? I don't know why I'm saying this. This isn't a kind of showing you type of video. It's a rambly type of video while we paint and build and do whatever else. So you can ignore that. That's all right. Might pop this light on though, because Gets a bit dark else. Put the shade wash on because they take longer to dry, don't they? So I'm going to pop that on now. Let's talk about starting new projects. I mean, this diorama, it came about of its own accord, which I'm fine with. I suppose it was started by my wife moved offices with her work, or rather her work moved offices, moved premises, and obviously she had to pack up her stuff and move with it. So, and her diorama broke, the one I made for her, a couple of years ago. It's no big deal, it was easy to fix. So, but in the process of fixing it, I was thinking, maybe it's time for another diorama. I've only made two that I can think of off the top of my head right now. That one, and my was it Road to Freedom, the zombie one? I enjoyed that. Something about, I don't know, it's like when you go away from a sort of game system, you immediately get freedom of, like, to paint whatever model, whatever the heck you want, And that's such a liberating feeling. Whereas opposed to say if I'm painting 40k and I'm painting for an army and I've got to get certain models and I've got to do that because if I want to further my army, I've got to have the mod. Say I want an Eldar army, I've got to get Eldar. Can't have anything else with it, so I've just got to get Eldar and Eldar tanks and Eldar infantry and Eldar stuff. But dioramas, I think, I can get any model from any manufacturer in any scale. I don't know, it's just something really, really liberating about that I enjoy. I think everybody should try it at least once. Don't want to miss any areas. It's looking good, it really is. Looking glorious. Click was just the heater turning itself off because it's reached the optimum level. Oh, that looks good. To me, that looks good. I like that a lot. See, this gives me enjoyment and helps me relax and very therapeutic, I have to say. Building and painting models, I love it. Now, XV88, because I've just spotted a little bit on Matey's hand here. So I'll just do that because he's getting the treatment next. Right, it's amazing. You think you've painted a model, and when you get to it, there's areas you've missed. So in the words of Jay, I've missed a spot. More than a spot, I would say. That's alright. come back to him. Just gonna put some light green flush shade on Titan's claws. And across his teeth, because they wouldn't be pearly white, but they'd be quite white. Now, it's not quite dry yet, so I'll leave that a little while. But I'll leave the shade wash there, so when I come back to it, put the shade wash on now so that it can dry. Alright, well I'll wait for that. Get this Dawnstone going here. Get some more metal agitators from Green Stuff World. Right. This could represent a place in the book, actually. I don't think my wife would mind me saying this. It's called Granite Moor. For obvious reasons. It's going to have rocks like this on it. Next grey is going to be Administratum grey, in the typical way that I do stone effect. I'll just keep these paints out so I know which ones I've done. That's what I do. So I'm looking for Administratum grey now, which is a lighter grey. Or might need the Longbeard grey later. Hey, Administratum grey, there you go. So that'll be used next on that one, I think. Yeah. So how is this one coming on now? So yeah, I've been poorly, and still am really to a certain extent. And it's one of those things I don't know how long it's going to take me to fully recover. But like I said, I do assure you, any lack of enthusiasm that's sounding in my voice is purely coincidental. Well, it's down to the fact that I'm not feeling very well. That's all. It's got nothing to do with my lack of enthusiasm, because I don't have a lack of enthusiasm at all. Probably quite the opposite, actually, but right, so now I want to wash this one. Yeah, so probably quite the opposite. I can flash it, really goes well onto XV88. If you haven't tried it before with any sort of colour scheme, I recommend you try it, because it's just really cool. It goes really well with it. So anyway, not thinking too much about being poorly. I'm thinking about getting better. That's what I've got to think about. When I get better. All the things I can do. I'm a bit limited for mobility right now. But that will change. I'll get better and it'll be okay. That's cool. So let's move on to something that you may have noticed on my channel is that my thumbnails have been changing gradually. I'm still working on them, but you know, I'm kind of getting there with the look of how I want them to be now. That's a really nice pose, that werewolf. Yeah, so I'm kind of where I want them to be now. I've got this sort of style in mind-ish, anyway. And yeah, I've got my drum finished for the Cannibal Drummer. Paint the edge of his base. Storage and drill is the one I'm looking for. Yeah, that one there. It is literally what it says. It's a drab version of the brown. XB88 is more of a lighter colour, so paint this one up. I think they look better once you get a bit of brown on the edges of them, of the bases. I was watching Wargaming with Gary today, watching his ancient Egyptians, and I was thinking how good they look on square bases, and I was thinking when I get to historicals, I'll probably use square bases as well. I think he said on one of his other videos, in answer to a question he had, I think he said he's thinking of using Hail Caesar rules. Now I've got Hail Caesar, so I might have a look at that myself when that happens, when I get to that stage. Anyway, right. Anyway, I've got to work on some bases for these guys. Go stir in mud, shall we? Well, actually, I don't think I've got much of it left, but what am I looking for? I'm looking for my texture tool, which is here. So I'm putting this on because these guys are on 2p pieces, because they're like perfect size for a base for these Congo chaps. Not only that, for 2p a base, it's actually cheaper, isn't it, than buying bases? So yeah, I do hope I can finish this one at least. So I've got him on Sterling. I've got to do his bangles, which I will do. I'll just do them all gold. No, I think he'll be. Well, he's got to have his skin highlighted, so we'll do that as well. Right, changing over to the thinner end. I hope I can get in the centre here. I think that's done it quite well. So this Sterling mud, I don't even know if I've used it on my other Congo figures. Can't remember, to be honest. But I get that on there. Have a look, see if I've got any other Sterling muds. Don't think I have. Oh yeah, I have. Yay. That's alright then. That's okay. Can't be worried there for a moment. So no worries. We've got to highlight the skin tones though. Oh. I think I did more plain brown. That's what I'll use again. And some black for their hair. So black for the hair, skin tones, bangles, and well, the chief will be done then at least. So that's good. Also, I'm thinking, see how random I am. I'm thinking of colour scheme for the militia guys. I think I do them in like Cadian colours, like beige and green, I think, but not the exact same. But yeah, I think that'll be interesting. So I think it's time for the diorama again. I'll wash some brushes out. Actually, my texture tool and my brushes. So it's texture tool, brushes. Hoping to do a live show in the future when I'm a bit better. I'm feeling more able to cope with at least an hour live. Sometimes I go on for 2 hours, don't I? But or sometimes. Yeah, that's something I'm hoping to do. Where's the end? Oh, these big blue rolls. They're like massive. There. I get them from my local shop, and you've got agitator in this one. Look, you can hear it. So yeah, hoping to do a live show in the future. I don't know what it'll be about. I have no idea. At this stage, we just whatever we want to talk about, you know. Just getting this done. A lot of this I'm going to cover up anyway, but some of it I won't. I've still got my Ford truck pickup to get on with from a year ago. Can you believe that? It's been a year since I was in Florida. A year. With the current climate as it is, I'm not sure I want to be there right this moment in time, but yeah, I do miss it greatly. Probably go with a bit of a white after this. You can see how it turns it into looking like stone. I mean, I could do the same with that, but I'm thinking of just doing grass on that one. So, that's him. City white next on that one. The shade washes are still drying by the looks of it. So yeah, but I've got another one of these on the way. Like I say, slightly different pose. I want at least 3 of them, or maybe 4. I don't know if that'd be like overkill. They could be coming out of this gateway here or whatever. 1, 2, 3. I think 3 would be enough actually. Thinking about it. But yeah, I'm definitely going to have Shayla's definitely going to be on this diorama. Definitely, definitely, definite. Titan. And I don't know whether I think I'll have this as Rufus. I'm thinking about making it Millie, but I think I'll have Millie as an actual female human form when she's in human form. Don't know, we'll see. Yeah. But I think your Shabty Bone will be good for his like fatigues. So I think that'll probably be. I'll probably do his skin for his face. Yeah, so I might do that. Do that next actually. So a bit of Bergman's Glow. Flesh. Bergman's Glow. Now. Tiny bit of water, because if I use the dropper on it, the one with my flow aid, that'll just be too much, and hardly any flesh. So I normally water down my paints with flow aid for the most part, which I keep in this drop bottle here. It's getting quite warm in here now. Getting quite warm. So yeah, so done his first skin based tone. yeah, what I would do next is the Shabti bone for the fatigues. That is what I would do next, definitely. I have a question for you. Actually, I may ask it in my Q&S, so... No, I'll ask it here. I can ask other questions in Q&S. It's about role-playing, because I'll ask it because I know not everybody's into role-playing or does it. And a while ago I asked on my Facebook page, is there anybody in Plymouth that plays, anybody else that plays D&D, 5th edition? And I know that got me thinking, because I had recommendations for club, which I'll check out when I'm not so poorly. But do people that play role-playing games, do you mostly play at clubs or at each other's houses, or what? What's the deal? And where would you prefer to play? What's your experience of role-playing in clubs? And yeah, hugely interested in that. We're gearing up to do a bit of D&D here, that's all. Played back along, but lifestyle and busyness and all that good stuff. So these are just bits of polystyrene that I stuck down at random. That bit, this bit, and this bit actually. There. Stone effect done. Ta-da! And away you go. So that's all I use. I do have a tutorial on how I do stone effect, but that's basically it. You know, black primer, Mechanicus standard grey, Dawnstone, Ministratum grey, and then a white. I use Praxetti white because it's not a bright white, it's more of a slight off-white, so I use that for those of you that are interested. Now I'm wondering about whether or not to put a wash on here. I don't know. Maybe. I think I might just dry brush. So you got Zeddy white and we got Longbeard grey, which is a good one. But then let me just ow, have a look. I may just use this ochre. Games Workshop. It's the one that got the scenery pack. So I'll move him to one side. Have my last sip of tea. It's normal tea today. I confirmed the other day that I had my coffee. I prefer it black, no sugar. That's it now. That's how I prefer it, black, no sugar. Never thought I'd be into that ever, but yeah, there you go. Actually, I wonder. I know. I could use one of these. It's almost like a steel legion drab colour. This ochre. That's what you get with the scenery pack, as I said. Bought it from around with battle board, you know. Let me just use this one. Always wary of dry brushing. Not to overbrush instead of dry brush. Well, this is going on alright, I quite like this. Going on alright. I've seen the diorama at work. There's a paint along video, or a build along video, or a diorama creation along video. Hey. So I'd like to get to work on my beholder, but I'm going to dry brush. I'm going to airbrush that one. Decided. Yeah, I'm liking it. This ochre, it's got a good effect. Yeah, nice, I like it. Like I say, any bits that I miss or go over by accident, I'm just going to cover up with flock. There we are. I like it a lot. So now I'm going to pop this lot back, and then I'll probably call it a day here. I mean, it's not an hour, but it's, you know, not bad. I feel not bad. So let's get this paint back in here. I really, you guys know how much I enjoyed doing my Realm of Battle board. And part of me wishes I could afford more of them and have the space to do them, you know. I'd happily do them as a commission. Because I think they're just awesome to do. Love it. I'd only do the fantasy one for commission. I wouldn't do the like the cityscape one. It'd be far too many paints for that one. And it'd take far too long to do. The fantasy one is so much quicker and easier. Right. There we go. So that's that. Pop that to one side till it dries. So thinking about my next stage of attack, probably be the flocking, but I'm not sure. Anyway, that's enough for today, I think. So I'm going to end it here. There. So thanks very much for joining me on this episode of On the Bench with Pete. Been real fun. I've really enjoyed it. So yay, getting this work on this done now. So I'm happy with that. And it's good. I hope you don't mind me talking out my thoughts for it as I go, because that helps me. It's kind of like therapy for me as well to get them out there. And yeah, well, I'm going to carry on working. I hope you got stuff done. Let me know what you're working on, or what you were working on, or what you're going to work on. I'd be interested in that as well. And I'll see you on the next video. Remember, all brushes lead to war, and bye for now.